Panther Nation podcast. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, cut it. Cut right. And I would like to introduce one of the hottest podcasts in Carolina history. Let's go. Yeah. Talk, let's chat. We got time to chop it up. Talking analytics and fantasy draft. You know what's up. Panther Nation representing, cause this is where we talk that. Talk that's so incredible. Make them rewind that talk back. Pause. Talking Panthers football, we discussing it all. On and off the field, you know exactly who to call. You know we the #1 podcast. Competition is non-existent, you need to stop that. Pause. It's an honor to be a Panther fan, pause. At Bank of America, that is where we ball. Coming to the jungle, then you gonna feel the pause. Winning the trophy for the city, it is the cause. Black, white, and blue, we going Carolina strong. And this is the conversation where everyone belongs. Discussing all the numbers and topics, you know we got it. We the hottest podcast and we poppin', let's go.
QueenCityPodcastNetwork.com.
Yo, what's cracking, Panther Nation? It's your boy Rashad, one half of the Panther Nation podcast, man. And practice just completed about 45 minutes ago, and just got back to the crib. We got to talk about it. A lot of stuff is coming from today's practice. The good, the bad, the ugly will be discussed. Before we get into it, you know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, get in the comments, all that good stuff. Help the algorithm pop for your boy. But yeah, hit that subscribe button. We're starting to grow. I see what y'all doing. Y'all hitting that sub button. Keep subbing, and let's make this thing happen. All right, 25,000 is the goal before the season starts. So we got to keep going. Okay, hit that subscribe button. All right, so let's talk about it. Biggest news of the day. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Xavier Legette. We have no idea what happened to him. Obviously, Canales goes on record saying it is a lower leg issue. Somebody said, and I did not see this, so I cannot attest, but somebody said they saw him on a cart. Canales did not want to get into the details of the injury because he does not have the details. He hasn't been checked out yet. They don't know what's going on. All they said was lower leg injury, and it does not appear to be the same issue with what he had prior with the hamstring. So it appears to be something different. That's just, we don't know though. So everybody don't panic. Everybody relax until we get further details. But yeah, Legette was missing, MIA, missing in action. Did not see him in 11-on-11s at all. And so apparently, again, like I said, somebody saw him on the cart. So have no clue. Noli says that OL a problem. Yeah, we'll talk about that. That is an issue right now. We're going to talk about that. Definitely going to talk about that for sure. Another injury that's occurred during practice does not seem to be severe at all. Was Trevin Wallace. Trevin Wallace went down for a second during special teams drills, shaking up a little bit. He was down for quite some time. He may have got the wind knocked out of him or something. Hot back up, ran, did some things, and got his helmet back. So it does not appear to be anything serious for Trevin Wallace, but that did happen. One note as well, this was a pretty long practice. Again, typically the practices go about an hour and a half. This one went the full 2 hours. It was physical. The defense was dominating, and I'm quite sure that's why Canales extended the practice, because he wanted to see more out of his offense. But it was good stuff. Really quick, shout out to Mr. Hunky Dory. Prayers for the people in the path of Hurricane Debbie. Big prayers, please. Absolutely. Hope everyone is safe from the hurricane, and hey, y'all be safe out there, and prayers up for everybody. Appreciate that, Mr. Hunky Dory. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about this quick before I go through play by play. We got to understand what the context as to what happened to the practice. This practice, there was no Jadeveon Clowney. No Clowney. Jadeveon Clowney. No Jadeveon Clowney. He had a vet day. So he was out, and the defense was still able to get busy. Okay, so it only had 3 tight ends practicing. So there was only Felipe Franks, Jordan Matthews, and Jatavion Sanders. Okay, So it's getting thin in certain positions. I did see Anthony Brown, the cornerback that we just recently signed. He was there. I think he was doing some prep, conditioning work, some stuff out there. I was working with the trainer. Not sure how it works. I also saw, and I'm not sure who it was, but I did see a quarterback. I thought I saw a quarterback walking into practice. Keep in mind, they may be working out a quarterback after practice. If you see one get signed, that probably was him. But I did see a gentleman that looked like a quarterback walking into practice. He had some cleats and all that good stuff. I don't know who it was. Didn't look like anybody familiar. But I did see a quarterback walking into practice. Like I said, if you see a quarterback signed, that's probably who that was. They are looking to sign a quarterback, obviously, with the fact that Andy Dalton is nursing a quad injury right now. We're looking for a veteran quarterback. Right now, it's just Bryce Young and Jack Plummer. I got it right, y'all. I got it right. I knew I was going to get it right eventually. Jack Plummer. We got Jack Plummer in there. So a lot of reps between Jack Plummer and Bryce Young. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the play-by-play. Bear with me. It's a lot. So bear with me. First, Bryce Young, 11 on 11, part 1. Bad snap. I already see what y'all talking about in the chat. I already see. Bad snapped, or it was dropped by Bryce. I cannot tell with the way the angle was. It's pretty far away. But he ended up recovering. Quick completion out to Thielen for some yak. But that snap exchange, I saw some low snaps as well. I've never been really concerned about Corbett playing center until recently when the physicality amped up. I'm starting to see some snaps not go properly, and that was one of them. The first play, 11 on 11s, it was a bad snap or a drop snap by by Bryce. Excuse me. So I do not know because of the angle, but it appeared to be a bad snap. Then we had a toss to Hubbard for short to no gain, outside run to Miles Sanders, solid gain there. They ended the part 1 for Bryce Young by Clavon Chason sack. So that's sack number 1. We got to have a sack counter. Somebody in the chat, please. Sack counter, because there was a whole lot of them today. Pause. Super pause on this, but it was a lot of sacks today. All right. Jack Plummer comes in, 11 versus 11, part 1. Inside handoff to Mike Boone, solid gain. Inside handoff to Dylan Johnson for a short gain. Outside handoff to Sheridan for a short gain. Inside handoff to Mike Boone, which was completely stuffed by the defense. Okay, completely stuffed by the defense. Defense was on one today. Bryce Young comes back out, 11 versus 11, part 2 for 2 plays. First play, sack by Derek Brown. That's sack number 2, sack counter. Let's see that sack counter in the chat. Quick swing pass to Mike Boone for a short gain. And mind you, typically in previous practices, they weren't stopping the plays when Bryce was touched. They would just kind of let it go. But now they were stopping the play, so the sacks are appearing to be more obvious. You can clearly see when there's a sack or would have been a sack. So they stopped the plays, which is very interesting. Plummer comes back out for 11v11 part 2. Inside handoff to Dylan Johnson, short gain. Inside handoff to Jalen Sheridan for a short gain as well. Bryce Young, 7v7, part 1. Again, no offensive line. There won't be any sacks here. Short completion to Adam Thielen. Short completion to Deontay Johnson. Short completion to Felipe Franks. Intermediate completion to Thielen. Jack Plummer comes out, 7-on-7, part 1. Short completion to ISM. Intermediate completion to Jatavion Sanders. Short completion to Terrace Marshall. Bryce Young, 7-on-7, part 2. Nice intermediate back shoulder throw to Terrace Marshall, but it was a drop. That was a drop by Terrace Marshall. Short completion to Deontay Johnson. Short completion to Felipe Franks. Jack Plummer comes back out for 7-on-7, part 2 for 2 plays. Short completion to Tompkins. Then he throws another incomplete. It was targeted to Thompson. It was Tompkins, but it was a throwaway. All right, Bryce Young comes back out for 11 versus 11, part 3. Inside run to Chuba Hubbard for a short gain. Then they tried to get tricky. They ran a flea flicker. It did not work. Defense snuffed that thing out. Bryce ended up just throwing the football away. Then there was a quick screen pass to Sanders for a nice little gain and some yak. Then Jack Plummer comes back out, 11 versus 11, part 3. Incomplete short pass targeted for Sanders. Incomplete intermediate pass. It was a drop by ISM. Good throw. Bad. No hands by ISM there. Complete short pass to Mike Boone. Then 11 versus 11 again, part 4 for Bryce Young. It was some red zone work. Inside handoff, Chuba Hubbard. Inside handoff to Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders has a good run, then turns around and yaps at the media again. He got beef with the media, which is very interesting because I think he had an interview with the media. I'm pretty interested to see how that interview went. Then there was a sack by DJ Johnson, who he came unblocked. Unblocked, sacked by DJ Johnson. Again, we talked about DJ Johnson yesterday and how he's doing better, and he had a decent day today. He had a sack, even though he was unblocked. It counts. That's sack number 3 for the defense. Jack Plummer comes back out, 11 versus 11, part 4. Short completion to Tompkins. Inside handoff to Dylan Johnson. Short completion to Mike Strawn. Bryce Young comes back out for 11 versus 11, part 5. Short completion to Jordan Matthews. Inside handoff to Sanders. Then another bad snap. Bryce recovers it. Incomplete to Deontay Johnson. So that's 2 bad snaps, 3 sacks. Okay, not good for the offense today. Defense was locked in. Jack Plummer then comes out for 11 versus 11, part 5. Plummer can't find anyone, scrambles, and gets a quick short gain. Intermediate pass was complete then to ISM. Bryce Young comes back out, 11 v 11, part 6. Short completion to Adam Thielen. Screen pass to Miles Sanders. Then there's a short completion to Jatavion Sanders, but the DB ended up ripping the ball out at the end. Not sure if they called it a fumble or would have been an incomplete pass. One or the other. But Jatavion Sanders got to hold on to that football. Ball security, because the DBs are trained to rip that football out. All right. Jack Plummer comes back out, 11 versus 11, part 6. Inside hand off the Boone. Swing pass to Jalen Sheridan. That was the last 2 plays for that. Then they got into 2-minute drill. This is where it got a little interesting. Here. Little interesting. Quick, short completion to Deontay Johnson. Quick, short completion to Jonathan Mingo. They did attempt a deep pass to Jonathan Mingo. It would have been intercepted, or should have been intercepted, by Nick Scott. It was a clean pass breakup. He should have picked it off. But there's y'all first and only deep attempt by Bryce Young for the entire practice for 11 v 11. Short completion to Adam Thielen. Check down to Miles Sanders. And it was a throwaway. Quick swing pass to Hubbard. Quick slant complete to Jonathan Mingo. Incomplete target to Adam Thielen. Could have been a PI. And that's where they put the ball at. And mind you, this is a 2-minute drill. They're continually driving down the field. So all these check downs and throws, quick passes, they're still moving the football. So they, with the PI, that put them at the 1-yard line. One yard line in scoring position with 1 second on the clock, hypothetically, right? It was a complete pass to Jatavion Sanders in the end zone. A very nice catch. He had to extend. I believe he high pointed the football. Very nice catch. That one probably will be highlighted in some sort of highlight for the Carolina Panthers. But Jatavion Sanders had a good practice today. Outside of that ripped football, where the DB kind of ripped the football out from him, he had a good practice. Again, the tight ends are there. There's a lack of them. Okay, so he's getting a lot of opportunity. He's playing well. I'm happy with Jatavion Sanders right now. Jack Plummer then comes out for 11 versus 11, part 1. This was some 2-minute stuff as well. Quick short completion to Mike Boone. Short inside run to Mike Boone. Quick short completion to Felipe Franks. Incomplete pass targeted for Terrace Marshall. Good coverage. I'm not sure, because the play was across the field. I'm not sure if he caught it or dropped it, but I don't know that he would have got his feet down. DB was in good coverage. Then there was a sack by the defense. I'm not sure who it was. That's sack number 4 by the defense. Then there was a complete intermediate pass to Matthews. And then there was another sack by the defense. That's sack number 5 for the defense today. Okay. Then Jack Plummer comes out for another 2-minute drill. Quick short completion to Jalen Coker. Quick short completion to Felipe Franks. Quick short completion to Jalen Coker. Quick short completion to Sheridan. Quick short completion to Strawn. Quick short completion to Coker. quick short completion to Strachan, and then Canales abruptly ended practice while they were in scoring position. So that was practice. A lot of shorts. There was no deep passes today. I know we've been complaining a little bit. The Twitters, the internets is complaining about the deep attempts, and Canales did kind of address it. If you go back and listen to his press conference, he did briefly address why they're not throwing the football deep. And what he said was, and y'all take it for what it's worth, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just providing my thoughts and reaction to what he said. Okay, but basically summed up, I'm not going to quote him, but basically what he said was, it's tough to get deep passes off against our defense because the way our defense is scheming and disguising their coverages, they don't basically know when to throw the football deep. So that's why you see so many checkdowns, right? And he also said that, of course, they would love to see more deep attempts. They want to push the football more down the field, but it's just not happening. And what he said was, as we get further along into camp, you will start to see those deep passes come up. He mentioned how the defense kind of is playing the way they play defense in training camp. It's really not conducive to the deep pass right now. But as we get further along into training camp, it will come along. And he said in game scenarios, you'll definitely see them push the football down a little bit more. But I got to be honest with you, today was not a good practice for the offense. I know Damian Lewis is hurt, so we don't have our full offense. We don't have our tight ends, right, to block as well, to help chip. I'm not sure. I thought I saw Hunt out there. Somebody said Hunt did not play. I swore I saw 50 out there. Maybe not. But if the two guards are not playing, then that would explain a lot. I know Damian Lewis is out for sure. But yeah, and then shout out to Vashti from Carolina Blitz. She also mentioned she was down there watching one-on-ones. Now, I can't see the one-on-ones for the defensive line and the offensive line. They're way out of view. They do that way on the opposite side of the field. And what she said was, hey, the offensive line was getting worked. Taylor Moton had a good rep, but everybody else was getting worked. Icky's look fine. I see a lot of the pressures. It's difficult to see where they're coming from because we have a bad angle. So I can't really say, all right, hey, it's on Moton or it's on. It's hard for me to say that. I just the way that the players are coming, it happens so quick. It's difficult to see, and I don't have the video, unfortunately, so I can't go back to review to see where the pressures are coming from. I think Icky is looking solid. Brady Christensen, I think he's out there. I did see who the hell is? Let me see. I don't want to misquote anybody's number because I don't know some of these guys on the second and third team, but I did see. Give me 1 second, y'all. Who is number? Andrew Ram was playing center a lot as well. He's an undrafted guy from Oklahoma. He got a lot of reps at center today with the second team. So it's definitely difficult to see where the pressure is coming from, especially when it's just a lot, and the view isn't the best, to be honest with you. So it's tough to see. But so I don't want to place blame on anybody. I'm gonna address it collectively and say the offensive line has to do better with the protection of Bryce Young, and that is also why you see a lot of quick passes because they got to get the football off. If Bryce holds onto the football, he's cooked. So it goes back to that. Y'all want to see the deep passes, but the offensive line gotta show up. You know what I mean? Offensive line definitely has to show up. They're not doing that well, and the defense is playing well. And shout out to DJ Johnson. We were cooking him up yesterday. I ain't gonna lie. We were frying DJ Johnson up yesterday. He got a sack today. So kudos to him. And hopefully he continues to compound those days every day. Keep building. And so I'm gonna be honest with y'all. And I say this and again, it might be too early to say, but I'm not really concerned about the defense right now. I got to see them go up against somebody else. We'll find out on Thursday if our defense is trash or not. But the way Canales talked about the defense, he said, hey, yo, it's tough out there. The way the defense is covering, it's tough. It's tough to find those windows to throw the football deep. So I don't really have too many concerns about the defense. Offense has to come together. They're the ones that have to put together and learn a whole new system. They're the ones that are coming through trying to get things right. New protection, new personnel. The defense is basically the same. So they have an edge on the offense. I said that multiple times. So let's give it some time. I'm not hitting a panic button by any means, but I just call it like I see it. And today was a bad day for the offense. It was. How does the offensive line look overall this year in camp compared to last year? Dave was warning us at this point last year about the OL. Your thoughts? I think we have the right guys. To answer that, let me leave the question up while I answer. I think we have the right guys. I think Hunt, Lewis, when they're on the field together, they will be solid. Center, I got to be completely honest. I got a small question mark about Austin Corbett, his ability to play center. I got a question. I got to be honest. There has been some over the past couple of practices. There's been bobble snaps. Initially, when the pads weren't on, it was all good. The snaps were clean. But now that the pads have come on, I'm seeing all kinds of low snaps. And it's not just the ones that go to the ground, right? Those are cool. It's not just those. It's the ones that Bryce has to completely move his body to get, right? It technically will go down as a solid snap because Bryce caught the football, but he has to bend down. He has to catch, like, those are bad for Bryce. He has to completely, it throws off the timing. So I would be lying to y'all if I said the offensive line is going to be fine as a collective. The center position is not where it needs to be. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Right now, there's too many bad snaps. It ain't cool. It ain't cool. Yeah, and exactly, Deontay. This is exactly right. The snaps are low, bro. And I know you're not trying to be funny, and it's no pun intended, but they're definitely low. Bryce has to go all the way to the ground to get some of these snaps. And that will go down as technically a clean snap because he caught it and there was no issue. But that wasn't a clean snap because he had to adjust his whole body to get the snap. It throws off timing. Everything matters. And then you got to watch it back because you got pressure coming from the left or the right. You got backup tackles playing where they shouldn't be. You know, shout out to my man Badari Traore, right? He was playing left tackle when Moten, or right tackle, when Moten was out. So these guys are playing in starting positions they probably shouldn't be. And Bryce is out there running for his life. You know what I mean? So hopefully it comes together. But if in the tackles, I'm not too concerned about the tackles. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Moten and Icky, if we run the football a lot, like Canales says we are, I think eventually things will be better for the offensive line for pass protection because you got to set up the pass. The run is going to set up the pass, right? And if the coordination of the offense is on point, I don't think we'll have a problem with the offensive line from a tackle standpoint. Again, the interior, Bryce, you don't want pressure coming right up the middle. And if my man Corbett can't snap the football properly and then he can't block properly, we got an issue. Doesn't matter how good Hunt and Lewis are if the center's trash. And I'm not calling Corbett trash. I'm not calling Corbett trash. I'm just calling out a fact. If Corbett ended up the par, it don't matter how good Lewis and Robert Hunt are. It's a collective. It's a collective unit. We have to stop analyzing the offensive line individually. Are they blocking for Bryce as a collective? And right now, the answer is no. I think this. So I don't know. I haven't seen Christensen at center like that. To be honest, it's difficult. Again, some of the angles is very difficult to see who's snapping the football at times. But I think Canales probably needs to start considering that. He needs to start looking at maybe potentially rotating in center. I don't know, bro, but it ain't pretty right now. I mean, revisionist history. Here we go. The revisionist history. You're pointing out a fact. I hate doing this, but you are pointing out a fact. Zach Frazier would have been nice. Hope Brooks balls out, but Frazier has looked like a dude thus far in Pittsburgh. I hate doing this. Everybody knows me, knows I hate these hypothetical scenarios. Shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I hate doing that. But K. Spriggs is calling out a fact. Marcos Cash as well. We passed on JPJ, Frazier, and Van Pran. These are all facts. The facts are the facts. I hate doing that, but that is a fact. You know what I mean? So we have to live with what we got. And right now, Corbett is the center. Whether we like it or not, it's got to get right. I will call that a weakness. So we could, again, We could talk about the deep throws and all that, but it all works together. We can't throw the football deep if the offensive line isn't protected and snapping the football right. Timing, it all matters. It all matters. And I haven't seen too many clean pockets for Bryce. He's had a couple. Yeah, he's had a couple clean pockets. Beyond, and maybe I'm gonna start doing it. I'm gonna add when he does attempt a pass. I'm gonna add whether it was a clean pocket or not, because sometimes he's scrolling out, scrambling around, running around, and he eventually makes a play, right? But those off-platform throws and all that stuff, he's making plays. He's got to create on his own. He shouldn't have to do that, but sometimes he is. But so yeah, man. Let's see. Do I have any other notes on today's practice? Let me check my Twitter, just to make sure I don't have anything that I missed personally. Again, just to recap for those that came in late, Leggett is injured. We are not sure the severity. My man Canales refused to elaborate because he doesn't know anything, which I respect. If you can't report on the information if you don't have it, right? So he's unfortunately he's not really saying anything regarding Xavier Leggett. We'll find out more tomorrow. So good luck. Hopefully everything works out. But we got a lot of injuries, bro. A lot of injuries right now. A lot of banged up guys. Shaq is still on the side. A lot of hamstrings. So yeah, man. If you want, I snitched yesterday. But F it. I'm just gonna help y'all out. If y'all want more film on today's practice, go to my man from Two Fans in the Stands. Two fans, the number 2 fans, ITS. 2 fans, ITS. Check them out on X. They got a lot of good film for today's practice. It highlights some of the stuff that I talked about. So y'all can have some frame of reference to some of the stuff that I talked about. I don't think it is the hamstring. I don't think it's the hamstring. Was that Lutton that we saw? I definitely saw a quarterback today. I saw a quarterback. I talked about this earlier. Let me see if that was him or not. Because y'all might have some breaking news. But yes, definitely saw a quarterback come to practice today. Yeah. Shout out to Carlo because he's the one that actually mentioned it. But yeah, there was a quarterback that came to practice today. Let me just Google his name real quick. Yeah, they just signed Jake Lutton. Yes, that was the guy that came out to practice that Carlo and I saw today. So I told y'all there was a quarterback signing, and that was the quarterback that we signed, Lutton. Lutton is not new to the Carolina Panthers. I think he was on the squad last year at this time, so he knows. All right, Double O'Kane says Bryce will have to turn into Alabama Bryce because our O-line is not where it needs to be, which is unfortunate. And yes, Shad told you. Hey, if you did, cool. I don't know if you told me. I don't know what you told me. You tell me a lot, Double O'Kane. I don't know what you told me. But if you said that, then salute. I don't be right on everything. Hey, y'all know me, bro. I'll be quick to eat crow. If I was trash, then hey, I didn't call something properly. I'll be quick to eat crow. Just quickly looking at Twitter real quick. Oh, my bad. Oh yeah, no. Oh, I told regarding 2 fans in the stands. Yeah, I did. I mean, it is what it is. I think that's what you're talking about. My bad, bro. If that's what you're talking about, then yeah, I did. It is what it is. I told yesterday, so it is what it is. They ain't saying nothing, so until they hit their DMs and start talking to them, to keep posting. Them dudes be posting every day. Shout out to Duncan them too. You know what I mean? Let's see. My man's I'm gonna take some questions for the next 10 minutes. Don Julio, I'll take some questions. Don Julio says, I know it hasn't been a bunch of deep passes, but does the play calling look better under Canales as opposed to the vanilla offense last season? This is a great question. I do see some trickery. what I do like from the offense is there's a lot of misdirection. There's dudes coming in motion. You don't know who has the football at times. There's a lot of nice looking screen passes out the backfield. So no, it does not look like a vanilla offense. The offense does actually look structured. It looks better than last year. I do think we have better personnel, better play calling. I just think the opportunity to throw the football deep just hasn't been there, and that's what Canales says. The defense is clamped down, so you can't throw it if it ain't there. Our receivers got to get open, and I have seen. I'm not gonna lie. I have seen some times where Deontay Johnson is open and Bryce misses him, and maybe that's because of there's pressure. Right? There's a lot of things that work together. You know, there's a lot of blame to go around. But I will say there is a lot more. I would say I'm more confident about the offense this year than I am last year. I hope that answered your question. I did snitch yesterday, y'all. Man, listen, it is what it is, man. Salute to those guys getting the film. The Panthers see it, bro. They see it. If they want to say something, they will say something. They're not saying nothing to them, so it's all good. I just know one thing. If it came from me, they would be on my top. Pause. They would be on me. If I posted a picture, they would come find and sit security. Or if I posted a video, they would come find me and sit a security guard right by me, so I don't pull my camera up the rest of the practice. They did that last year. They'll probably do it again if I post. And bro, I don't even have as many followers as some of them dudes. Some of them dudes got more Twitter followers than me. I just got a larger YouTube platform. You know what I mean? So I'm cool. Like, I'm not posting nothing, bro. I'm cool. I do my little play-by-plays. I found my lane and I'm staying in it. I don't want no problems. Salute to the guys that's able to get it off. You got it. And keep doing it. They ain't saying nothing to you, so it's all good. Let's see. Let me see. Couple of questions coming in. I got to check out. My man said, "Fun. That's funny. I can't trust your player evaluation that's supporting CJ Henderson. Still love you, bro. Keep pounding. Hey, man, it's fair. It's fair. Hey, listen, I lost on CJ Henderson. That's on me. I'll take that one. I still think CJ Henderson got the talent. That's never gonna change, bro. He's a top 10 pick. It just didn't come together. He's with the Texans now, so if he balls out there, is it us or was it? Yeah, I mean, was it him? So salute to CJ Henderson. That's still my guy. I was wrong. I got it wrong. Fair enough. I'm not perfect. It is what it is. But that's salute off grid. Outside of injuries, does the team look better overall than last year? I'll say yes. As a whole, yes. Yes. The receivers are way improved. You can see that they're winning via their routes. ISM looks great in one-on-ones. Deontay Johnson. Oh, great point. This reminds me of something that happened today during practice. You know, we talked about the chemistry between Bryce Young and Deontay Johnson, right? We talked about that, and today it was off. The chemistry, there was some chemical that the balance was not right. The chemicals did not. There was no chemistry today. Them dudes in one-on-ones could not connect for nothing, right? There was one pass where Bryce thought Deontay was going one route and he threw it another way, and then they did disconnect on another one-on-one. So the connection, I got to call it out. The connection was not there today with Deontay Johnson and Bryce Young in one-on-one specifically. They did connect in 11-on-11s a couple times, but the chemistry wasn't there today in one-on-ones. Now, with that said, I'm way more confident in the receivers. You know, Mingo's taking a big step. Deontay Johnson, I have full confidence in. Thielen is Thielen, right? Even, bro, for all those people trying to say we got to trade Thielen, he's not going anywhere. Bro, he had some great contested catches today. And Bryce needs that, bro. You can't take that away from Bryce. You cannot take Adam Thielen away from Bryce Young, bro. He is the ultimate blankie. Okay? Bryce needs to go to bed comfortable at night. He needs a blankie. Okay? A safe spot, a safe zone. And that's Adam Thielen, bro. I don't care how good Deontay Johnson is. Adam Thielen is always going to be that consistent dude you can go to in times of need, bro. When it's 3rd and 4 and you got Adam Thielen come across the middle in that slot, he going to route somebody up real nice and get open. You need Adam Thielen. I saw that in one-on-ones, right? I see it in 11-on-11s. He needs one-on-one. He needs Okay. Breaking news real quick. Shout out to my man Carlo. Around the NFL posted Panthers rookie wide receiver Xavier Legette is being evaluated as a precaution after leaving practice with a lower leg issue per head coach Dave Canales. Ian Rappaport says X-rays were negative, but the MRI will tell the story, and we won't know any of that until tomorrow. We won't know any of that until tomorrow, so it is what it is. But shout out to Ian Rappaport. If you know Ian Rappaport posting on it, it's something. It's something. So shout out to my man Carlo for providing that information. Shot me a text real quick. But to answer this question, answer your question without going, elaborating too much. Yes, the team does look better than last year. Is Bryce under center more or taking a lot of shotgun reps? He is under center. I have seen him under center multiple times. The most and the majority of his reps are coming from shotgun. Good question. What do you expect on Wednesday's preseason? It's Thursday. The game is Thursday. Mr. Hungadori. But I don't know what to expect, to be honest with you. I have no expectations. I'm going into this Thursday night game against the New England Patriots with zero expectations. I would love to be surprised by the offense. The defense, I think they'll be fine. But I would love to be surprised by this offense and them moving the football. Canales, I don't think he mentioned how many plays the offense is going to play. But I have no expectations, honestly. And the conditioning code, let's see here. Josh says, would you sign another center at this point? No, I think I would give some opportunity to guys that are already on the roster. Like I would rotate in Christensen, see what he has, see if he can do better. But you got who you got at this point. That, or you just gonna wait till they start cutting people at the end of camp and see if you can grab a center. But it is who it is. I think you're going to be hard pressed to find a starting caliber center right now with the way things are. You might get lucky and find somebody, but I don't think there'll be a starting caliber center, just to be honest. My man, he said Miles Sanders bounce back year. Just watch, been calling it. Yeah, he's cooking right now. Who would be your starting edge opposite of Clowney, Chason or DJ Johnson? I think it's situational. The right answer is that it's situational. Third down, third and long, I'm putting Chason out there. He's a better pass rusher than Johnson. But if it's 1st and 10, I know they're going to run the football. I'm going to put DJ Johnson out there. So it's situational. That's the right answer. That's the truth. Chance the Fat, bro, that's a wild name, bro. That is a wild name. Chance the Fapper says, yo, Rashad, have you seen significant improvement on Bryce Young's performance this year as opposed to last year's camp? This is a great question, and I don't want to say yes or no just yet. I don't want to say yes. I've seen instances where he looks great, and it's tough just to tell with the way the offensive line is blocking. It's tough. He's under a lot of pressure. He's got to run for his life at times. So it's tough. I'm going to call it even right now. And I really want to wait to see after the preseason game, bro. I want to see after the preseason game how Bryce lines up and looks against another team. And then again, I think that Jets joint practice is really going to show it. But I'm going to chill. I'm going to chill with my assessment on Bryce Young right now. My man, I'm going to be honest, Shad. I wish y'all would do some digging to see why certain ones can record, but they always check P&P unless others have credentials. That ain't right there, period. Hey, bro, I agree, but I'm not going to hate. I want everybody to eat, so I'm not hating. I'm not hating at all. I'm not going to go to the Panthers and be like, hey, yo, why y'all not check now? Let them eat, bro. That's how I gain my following. I would never hate on somebody for doing what they need to do to gain their following. I got up big by streaming training camp a couple years ago. Every day I was out there streaming training camp live. Nobody said anything. It wasn't a rule back then. They never said anything about recording. So I pushed the boundary. So that's how I came up. So I would never be like, oh, hey, Panthers, why y'all saying something to them and not me? I would never do that. Come up. Do your thing, bro. Do your thing. It's all good. I wonder if Bryce will play Thursday. Me too. So Xavier Legette is hurt. Don't know the extent of his injury. Thoughts on the pass rush to date? The pass rush has been working. It's been getting there. The question is it our offensive line being trash, or is it that our pass rush is solid, or is it our defensive scheme? Like, it's tough to tell. Right now, I would say our offensive line isn't that good right now. But again, until we see another team, until we see us line up against another team, it's gonna be very difficult, very, very difficult to say. Bro, I don't even want to talk about that, Rock. You putting that in the air. You putting that in the air. I'm not even going to address that, bro. I'm not going to play hypotheticals if somebody gets hurt. I'm not doing that. Bro, y'all give me these injury hypotheticals. If all the tight ends go down, bro, I'm going to say this. This is not a hot take. Ja'Tavion Sanders is the best receiving tight end we have on the roster. The problem is his blocking. So I have full confidence in him as a receiver. The problem is you're not going to see the field consistently as an every down, 3-down tight end until you can block. So that's the only he needs to get better there. I know he can catch. He had a nice touchdown catch today. He's solid there. I have no question about his receiving ability. It's the blocking ability. That's where we have concerns. If we're going to be a true ground and pound, we're going to run the football, you need Ian Thomas and you need Tommy Tremble when you're running 12 personnel. You need both of those dudes. And eventually Tommy, I know Tommy's hands are getting better. So I trust Tommy Tremble to catch a few passes. But if you're running 12 personnel, you need Tremble and you need Ian Thomas. Ian Thomas. It's just facts. It's just facts. And this is a great point. He ain't there to block, but neither was Olsen. I would agree there, but we also had Cam Newton. Cam Newton didn't need the extra blocker to come in because Cam Newton could come in there and move piles by himself. This is different. We got a different quarterback. So you got different quarterback and we got different running backs, right? We ain't got these big, strong, powerful running backs like we did back in the day. Jonathan Stewart, D'Angelo. These dudes can move a pile themselves. We don't have those type of running backs. We've got more finesse. He's not. I'm not gonna call him a finesse running back because he can run with power. Same with Miles Sanders, but they're not true double trouble type running back. So it's a different type. But I agree with your overall point. And Olsen was a decent blocker. He's a decent blocker. Not great, but he can at least get in the way. Ja'Tavion Sanders, I don't think I trust him right now as a blocker. And this is facts. This is major facts. Sanders is going to be a monster red zone threat for sure. He was today. Got him a tight end, a scoring touchdown in the red zone today. Well, 1 second on the clock. Game on the line, hypothetically in practice. But yeah, man. So again, good practice today, man. Good practice for the defense specifically. Offense got to come along. It's not there yet. And I want to point out this too. I forgot to talk about this, but at some point in the middle of 1-on-1s, 11-on-11s, Canales did bring the team together and he talked about this in his press conference. So I'm going off of what he said. He brought the team together, and I'm assuming this is toward the offense because the offense was getting smacked around. He told the offense and the whole team to match each other's energy. Match the energy. Like, get hype. Like, the defense is flying around out there. They breaking up stuff. They flying around, high-fiving, all that. Offense, meh. Not so much. So he made a point to stop practice, huddle the team together, match energy. And that was very important. I thought that was dope as well. But with that said, guys, I got some stuff to do. So hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, get in the comments, all that good stuff, man. The road to 25K continues. Hit the sub button. I'm going to holler at y'all. Y'all got any questions, hit us in the comments. Be back out there tomorrow. Tomorrow, got practice again at nice and bright in the morning. So we'll be out there talking about practice as well. So it should be good stuff. Good stuff. All right. With that said, we shutting it down. We out of here. Peace.